These are the 2026 editions of the new Triumph Speed 400 and the Scrambler 400X. Now, these are the revised versions wherein these now come with a 350cc motor, while they do carry the 400cc badge still, but Triumph has revised the structure for these motorcycles with regards to the new GST reforms, and we have got some time to spend with these motorcycles to give you guys a quick impression of how these motorcycles are to ride with the new powertrain, which is a 350cc mill. I'm Jarak Sorab, and I am going to be giving you a deep down on the first ride experience of these motorcycles. But if you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing to Car and Bike for the latest news, reviews, and updates from the world of cars and bikes from Car and Bike.
Design-wise, there is absolutely no change in terms of how these motorcycles look, feel, and how they are put together. The quality and the fit and finish levels continue to remain at the same premium level, something that Triumph has maintained for its entire portfolio. The same is the case with other aspects like the chassis, swing arm, weight, and so are all the cycle parts like the suspension, brakes, wheels, and tires. The table provides a quick look at the specifications of both the motorcycles in comparison to their 400cc versions.
Now, coming to the main meat of the matter, which is the engine. Now, the motor on both these motorcycles is now a 349cc single cylinder engine, and while largely most of the components have been retained, there have been changes to the internals. The bore is the same, but the stroke length has been reduced slightly to reduce the displacement. But along with that, what Triumph has also done is that they have revised the combustion chamber design. The valve timings have been tweaked, and also the camshaft timing, the camshaft profile also has been changed. So if you look on the chart here, you will get to see the difference between the old specs and the new specs of both these motorcycles.
Comparing the power and torque output figures of the 400cc engine with the new 350cc version, the drop in peak power is about 2 bhp, while in the case of maximum torque, it is about 5 Nm across the model range.
One thing I would like to mention is that in terms of the electronics package, everything has been retained, but only thing is that the immobilizer, which was previously offered on both these motorcycles, has been removed. So according to Triumph, they feel that the overall the customer usage or the want for a immobilizer for these motorcycles in this segment hasn't been that much. So coming to the ride experience part of both these motorcycles, I'll start with the Speed 400 first. So yes, there is a slight drop in the power and the torque, but in terms of everyday riding that we got to spend some time with a motorcycle on the streets of Pune, I've got to say that the difference is not that starking. You can very much make your way through traffic with absolute ease. The motorcycle still has that punch to get you ahead of the pack once the lights go green. And in terms of top speed also, there isn't that significant of a drop that comes in the picture. And while there is the slight drop in power, it's not that significant as such. But what has improved is that the overall refinement of the motor, the overall rideability is slightly on the nicer side. And to compensate for the slight drop in power and torque, what Triumph has done is that they have revised the throttle mapping for the ride modes. So you have a more aggressive throttle approach, but at the same time it is more linear. So if you have ridden the older Speed 400, if you had to gas it hard, there was a bit of a choppy nature that you would experience on the motorcycle. So that is ironed out. So to ride the motorcycle, it has got a lot more friendlier. It's not that intimidating. Now moving to the Scrambler 400X, it's a similar scenario, but over here, what I felt is that the older motor, the 400cc motor, had that peppiness that you would enjoy for the kind of stance, the kind of character that the Scrambler has. So over here, with the reduced power and the torque figures, yes, again, the rideability has improved. It's much more smoother. It's again much more, smooth in terms of transitioning from different speeds. but that's little peppiness in the throttle that you used to enjoy when you open the gas, that is kind of, is a bit diluted. So that is something which you might miss if you have ridden the older version of the Speed 400. But in terms of everyday riding for both these motorcycles, in my books, I feel that there's not a starking difference as such, and it just makes the overall experience of riding both these motorcycles a lot smoother and it's more efficient.
Speaking of efficiency, while Triumph hasn't provided any official mileage figures, one can expect 2 to 3 kmpl increase in mileage depending on their riding style. So expect the 350cc versions of these bikes to be slightly more fuel efficient. Fuel run tests will be carried out once we get these bikes for a longer duration. With the downsized engines, the entire Triumph 400 range now benefits from reduced GST rates, which previously was at 40% and is now down to just 18%, making the motorcycles more affordable to purchase. The table provides a quick look at the new ex-showroom prices and the corresponding savings.
So then, coming to the overall verdict of after riding both these motorcycles, I got to say that yes, there might be a slight difference in the power and the torque, but the gains that you get, the compensation for the price that you save with these motorcycles is quite significant, because for that money, which ranges from 10 to 21,600 depending on the model that you choose, you can cover your maintenance costs, you can add on some accessories on the motorcycle, you can customize it to your liking, and apart from that, you can also use that to fill more gas in the motorcycle so they can make even more journeys with these machines. So to conclude, I feel it's a fair deal that Triumph is offering here. For a slight drop in power and a reduced price tag, you're getting motorcycles which are much more accessible now. They are more refined, and the overall ride experience, there hasn't been much of a dip that would make you think whether you want to buy this bike or look for the other options. So that's all on the 2026 editions of the Speed 400 and the Scrambler 400X that come with the 350cc motor. And I really do hope that this video has been helpful for you. If that is the case, do like it and do share it with your friends who have been planning to buy either of these two motorcycles. We'll be also doing a proper road test review on both these motorcycles once we have them for a longer duration. So that being said, I'm Janak Sorab and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching Car and Bike.